Howdy friends, and welcome to The Average J. Today is the recap of week 2 of the Super Shred. And please forgive that you hear the sound of the washing machine spinning in the back. Life goes on. You gotta get the laundry done. Can't just stop because gotta make a video, you know. So
they're my work clothes.
yeah, she needs it because she has to go to work in about 2 hours.
Yeah, about that.
So we just wanted to kind of go through a few things on the week 2 of the Super Shred diet. So I think in general we did pretty good. We followed the plan pretty well, with the exception of, for me, I'll say, I had some failures on the exercise part. Okay, so I'm going to take these glasses off because I don't have my contacts in. I can see that the phone is right there, so I'm not reading anything, but the light from the is reflecting off my glasses, and I hate that. So, I had some difficulties with the exercise this week, and I mean, I hate to make excuses, but my foot, I went and I bought something to help exercise my foot and stretch it out. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but I've been using it, you know, each day, and we'll see if it helps. I am calling a podiatrist. Michelle told me she's tired of hearing me, you know, my foot, oh, my foot, oh, it hurts. So she's tired of that. So she's like, you are going to go call. I went to the general practitioner about it, and he's like, oh, you know what? There's a foot massage place next door. Who knows what the damage is in it. So I will be making arrangements to go see the podiatrist. I'll make those arrangements today. Hopefully he can get me in the next week or two, but because of that, I kind of fail. Michelle, I laugh, I look over at her, and she's like, well, I exercise, you know? I mean, even this morning before breakfast, I had to call her because she was out doing her walking, running and everything, and, you know, I said, breakfast is on the table. That's why she wasn't in the intro for week 3, day 1, is because she was out doing her exercise. So that is where I think I failed this week. Where would you say you had a tough time or a challenge keeping up with the by the book?
I think the exercise also.
You got to speak up over the washing machine.
Okay. I think the exercise too. I mean, I didn't do it every day. I think I had like 2 or 3 rest days instead of the 1 rest day.
I think there were 2 rest days in the shred, so you only missed 1 day then.
Well, then, yeah.
Me, however, I wasn't really able to do much. And what I did wasn't running. It was aerobic exercise that left my feet in place. So I would say that hindered us on what we could have had as our max potential on loss. So, speaking of loss, well, we'll get to that. We'll save that at the end so you can watch the whole video. So, I'm going to go with favorite food this week and least favorite food this week, okay? Favorite food wasn't on the diet, and that was my White Castle that I had yesterday. Oh my God, that's going to be in the video. If you look at yesterday's week 2, day 7 video, you'll see how we kind of went off the rails on times and calories, but we wound up good at the end. So, but if I had to pick my favorite food that we had for, you know, listed out of the shred, as Artie, stop. Hold on for a second. Artie, come here. I'll give you an ice cream.
Ooh.
I can't have him.
I think he knows. I think he knows when we're doing this. He's like, I get treats if I butt in.
But my favorite, actually, that was on the diet was the day that we had our turkey and peas. I think it was a meal 2. I mean, the burger was good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy having a burger, but that turkey that came from Costco, it was a smoked turkey. Just had such a really good flavor to it, and it wasn't dry. And I like peas. I'm a peas guy. So to me, that was my favorite. My worst, there was one day I sat and we had a salad. It was supposed to be a large salad with 4 cups of greens, and I ate about a cup of it. And I looked at my show and I said, I can't do this today. Like, I'm not a salad guy to begin with. And this was a new salad I had tried that had a lot of stuff in it. It wasn't the kit I got from Costco. It was one that I got from ShopRite. And it was, remember,
There's two different purple cabbage.
The purple cabbage.
I think
couldn't
there's a
take
lot of that in that. Or radicchio. No, I think radicchio is different. But yeah, the purple
Don't be
cabbage.
radicchio. Oh no, that's ridiculous. No, but that was that was the day. It had all that purple stuff in it, and I just I literally couldn't do it that day. So I pushed it to the center of the table and I walked away. I didn't replace with anything. So that was my favorite worst.
I think everything was basic. I like the burger. I was in the mood for beef. A lot of the diet is fish, chicken, turkey, but the beef burger was good. Would have been better on a bun, of course, but at this stage in my age and everything, I've really got to watch the carbs.
Yeah, and there's a lot of carbs in the buns.
Right. So,
What about worst?
I don't think I had a worst. Everything was pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Well, I will say once again, we ate those Lidl lemon bars for a snack at one point.
They were very
they're so
good.
good.
Yeah.
So week 2 was mainly about it was more meal centered, and the
Right.
meals were a little bigger. Now we're coming into week 3, which week 3 is a lot more just snacks. It's a meal, snack, meal, snack. So much more just little bits and pieces. Although I have to say, in week 2, one of the things that Michelle and I did, and I don't know whether this is really even a good thing, might be a bad thing, because the way that Dr. Smith plans things out, he plans things out calorically that kind of give you the energy and keep you going, make your body think that it is always eating. I don't want to say always eating, but your body doesn't say, hey, you're starving me, I got to start storing fat. So I think that was where we made a couple mistakes, because I think we skipped like 2 or 3 snacks last week.
Right.
And we have to be very careful this week not to do that, because skipping those snacks, your body is going to start getting hungry or want to. But also, so anyway, back to this past week, there were a lot of times when it says no less or no more than 200 calories. Well, there were cases where we weren't even close to 200 calories.
Right.
We would be at 130 calories. I mean, we were only eating between half to 2/3 of our allowed caloric intake, because it was a serving from whatever the can was or the bottle was. So I think that was kind of it. And we had a good mix of coffee this week. We really mixed up the coffees.
Which I never used to be a coffee drinker.
No.
Now, up until recently, maybe the last 2 years?
Yeah.
A year, 2 years? Never drank coffee. But
Not from lack of trying to get her to drink it
Yeah.
either. She just wouldn't even try it.
no.
And now she loves her daily coffee.
I do.
There's times when Michelle, off diet, will be sitting there in the afternoon and she'll say, honey, did you make me a cup of coffee? Yeah, okay.
Most of the time, decaf. I mean,
You do a lot of
you know,
decaf, yes.
And it's usually just 1 cup a day.
Yeah.
So.
Now, decaf we don't do a big variety of. Right now, the only thing we have in the house decaf-wise is the Dunkin' decaf, but we've also had the Krispy Kreme decaf in the house too. So, but those are pretty much usually the only 2 decaf that we have in the house. I just wanted to show what kind of coffees I had. I said, I'd show what kind of coffee Michelle and I have every day. It's data approved coffee.
And chicken egg approved.
Oh, and chicken egg. Michelle went out and did the chickens this morning. Yay. Good job. Yay. They haven't been laying in the morning. I've only been getting 1 egg in the morning, and then all of a sudden in the afternoon is the flood of eggs. So, anywho, most of these boxes are like open. I already, have taken some out of them, but I put them so they look pretty. So, we have Folgers Classic Roast, Starbucks Sumatra, which is a dark roast blend, the Little Organic Medium Roast, the Tim Horton Original Blend, Java Factory Wakey Wakey Light Roast, Hostess Honey Bun. It's artificially flavored, so it's not like there's calories in it. They didn't stuff a honey bun in there. Bowl and Basket Donut Shop Coffee. This is ShopRite's store brand, Bowl and Basket. Donut Shop Original Regular Medium Roast. Krispy Kreme Classic Medium Roast. And I don't have the boxes for these, but I have the Great Value Classic Roast from Walmart. I still have a couple of Dunkin' Donuts Regular Original Blend left. And I have Dunkin' Decaf also. So a pretty good selection of coffee each morning. And I'll keep showing you what kind we're each having. Michelle is a little more selective on her coffee than I am. Michelle is pretty much Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme, and that's her go-to. But I get her to venture out eventually. Did that cat just lick that? Well, we'll have to throw that one out. Yay. Oh, it was the one from Little. Okay, so Little is Data's choice. Data did his blind taste test and decided to lick that one. So, unfortunately, that one bites the dust. And the rest, I'm going to refill the things because you can see it's kind of empty on the backside. So that sums up week 2 and gives a little preview to week 3. Week 3 is not usually a very big loss week, I would say.
Right. Oh, I'll definitely be slowing down these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, you usually do. I mean,
Yeah.
week 1's your big, 2 is kind of maybe a little bit less, and then 3 and 4 are kind of like let your body get used to living a healthy style and slowly take a few more pounds off. So, but speaking of that, now we're going to get to our weight loss in just a second, I promise. But one of the things I need to say is your results are going to vary based on how much you have to lose, okay? So somebody like me who started at about 200 pounds, it's way easier to lose pounds on this diet than somebody like Michelle. Michelle is, and we're going to show you next week, a little teaser into next week. Next week, we're going to show you pictures of what Michelle and I were at our heaviest points and give you what those numbers were at our heaviest. Okay, so I think with Michelle, you're going to be truly shocked.
Yeah.
Truly shocked, at how much Michelle has lost in the last few years. It's mind-boggling. But that being said, one of the things for Michelle, and I don't think I'm telling tales out of school, Michelle had lost a lot of weight, and when you do that, you have extra skin. So we have estimated that Michelle probably has somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 or maybe, give or take, maybe a little more. I wouldn't say take, I'd say more, but 5 or more of loose skin, So, I mean, if you were able to get rid of that, Michelle is actually probably at her weight she was when we got married, or pretty close to it. So, and next week we're going to put pictures and actually give you the numbers, so that's a teaser. So I feel like I'm doing a movie trailer. So let's get into the weight loss for this week. So, all right, so now Artie gets, come here.
He gets another one. He's like, I'm done this one. I'll take another. He's doing the shred too. Snack, snack.
Artie trades an empty ice cream cup for a venison.
Bye-bye.
So the weight loss for this week. Michelle, if you would like to say what your total weight loss from the start is. What are you at now after week 2?
8 pounds. I am down 8 pounds.
Michelle is down 8 pounds, and just to let y'all know, that's approximately 6.5% of her total body weight. So that's just saying how small Michelle actually is, that is such a high percentage of her body weight, being at 6.5%, or roughly. I'm just eyeballing the numbers in my head. I'm not Rain Man, able to, figure numbers that quick.
535,926.
My weight loss to date from starting the diet, I started at 198.5 and I am at 186. So that is 12.5 pounds, which is, no, stop. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just saying what it is. So total loss of 12.5 pounds in the 2 weeks, and Michelle is at 8 pounds in the 2 weeks. So right now we're kind of tracking where she's probably going to wind up somewhere when it's all said and done at maybe about 11, possibly 12. She really can't go lower than that. I mean, honestly, it'll make sense next week when we tell you exactly what her actual weight is. And but for me, it shouldn't be a problem to wind up when it's all said and done. I should be 19 or 20. I should be at the 19 or 20 pound mark. So usually on the last week, just because I want to hit that 20, I kind of push it into overdrive. Week 3, I just kind of cruise along. I'll probably lose 2 to 3 pounds this week and be at like 15 and a half. And that way in that last week, I just have to do that last 4. But for right now, I think we're right on track of where we wanted to be. So, but again, it's not a race. It's not.
No. And just to reiterate from last week, maybe you might want to check with your doctor first. There might be some conditions that may not be good. This kind of diet lifestyle could be good for you, and
right.
It's
and again, this is a short-term thing.
Right.
Please remember. I know we're beating a dead horse, but don't think that this is something that you're gonna live on for 3-4 months. This is something you do once. You can potentially do it again if you have the extra. Like Michelle does not have it.
And I won't lose the 20.
No, she won't lose the full 20 even doing this because she does not have it to lose. This is more just kind of eating healthy and a little more toning, I guess. Yeah. Kind of get her to the point where she doesn't.
I have a little hand weights this morning.
Yeah, where she doesn't have to feel guilty about what she eats on the cruise. So anyway. But that is going to do it for our week 2 summary. Appreciate everybody watching and coming along for the journey. We'll start week 3. Make sure you watch every day. Like, subscribe.